Hey guys, Ben Nash from Pivot Wealth here, and today I'm talking about the 3 biggest money mistakes that I see and how you can avoid them. So the first one that I see is trying to find the very best option when it comes to your finances. Now, I find a lot of people, especially numbers focused people, they can fall into the trap of spending a lot of time crunching and analyzing, number crunching and analyzing investments, looking at whether the rental yield on properties versus the growth versus the different shares, different options, exchange traded funds, managed funds, super funds, all of these different things. And they end up paralyzed with these choices and really find it really difficult to know what will be the absolute best investment. Now, the reality is that nobody knows what the best investment is going to be. Not me, not even the most detailed, focused number cruncher, analyst, or anybody else. Even if anyone tells you that they do know what will be the best investment, they're full of shit. But what I do know is that a good investment that's executed now is so much better than the best investment executed well into the future. And even then, you still don't know what the best investment is. So, settle is one of my least favorite words, but in this case, I would say settling for good now will drive great results over time, and it means you can take action now, get started, and also save a lot of the time that gets caught up in that analysis. So the key, get started. Be aware that you're never going to have the very best investment unless you get super lucky, and if you do, that's great. Choose something that's good, quality very important, but be okay with good as long as it's going to get you the results that you want. That's the first mistake. The second mistake that I see people making is what I call the urgent versus important sort of quandary. Now, people, they get caught up in their day-to-day, and money is one of these things that it is really, really important, but it's often not urgent, if at all. In a lot of cases, it's never really urgent. So it's easy to just keep putting it off, and ultimately what that means is that you're missing opportunities to get better results. So financial success will not happen on its own. What you need to do to avoid this mistake and move forward is to make sure that you're prioritizing your finances and your financial success, but putting aside time for you to work on your finances and make sure that you're constantly moving forward, focused on the next step, when it is coming, what you're going to do, and then making sure that it happens. If you do that, you're going to be well placed to build your momentum over time and end up getting great results as well. So the third and final mistake, this is potentially one of the biggest ones, is not looking ahead. And I see so few people actually doing this when it comes to their finances, but it's one of the most important things and one of the most powerful ways that you can make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. Now, when I say looking ahead, what I mean is understanding the financial impact of doing what you're doing right now. So how will your situation, how is it likely to progress over time if you keep doing exactly what you're doing today? Now, once you understand that, once you understand what the numbers are, the other thing that you can do is then explore, well, what are the different pathways? Okay, you want to do something smart with your money so that you're investing and building your assets and investments over time. So you could invest in shares, or you could buy an investment property, or you could buy your own home, or you could do some sort of combination or invest in your super fund, right? Now, each of these different options will have different outcomes, different results, different impacts in your situation over time. Now, a lot of people, they just make the decisions based purely on what they feel, just on the emotion only, without understanding the numbers. And that is not the best way to be making decisions. Now, the emotion is really important, so you should be considering that, but it shouldn't be the only thing. You should understand the financial impacts, because then you can find something that gives you the right balance between the financial and the non-financial benefits, and ultimately choosing a strategy that's going to put you in a position where you end up, in a position that you're happy with, but that you're confident along the way, that you know where you're headed, and you're able to prioritize the pathways and how you want to get there. So the key to looking ahead is to just map the numbers, crunch it in a spreadsheet, or this is where a good financial advisor can come in really handy, because we can use financial models where we factor in all of those different moving parts and tax, and it is a complex sort of thing, mapping out someone's situation over time. So when you do that, you get the clear direction, end up with confidence, and ultimately you empower yourself with the knowledge to make the best absolute choices for you. Hope this helps, guys. They're my 3 biggest mistakes. Avoid them at all costs, and you'll be well set for financial success. Bye for now.